In today's video, I'll be showing you how to thread your needle. I have two methods to show you, but before we go to threading the needle, you want to make sure you have the correct length for your thread. So the thread needs to be at an arm's length from my fingertip to my shoulder. That's how long my thread is. If your thread is too long, you then deal with tangles and it breaks easily, and that takes longer for you to sew, and you do not want that. So you want to make sure you have the correct length. When you fold your thread in half, if you do so, then it reaches to your elbow. You can have it shorter, but if you do have a long thread, you can deal with tangles, and that can be frustrating. So make sure you have the correct length for your thread. So for the first method, you want to start with the tip of your thread being blunt. You don't want any length or split, so I will cut that out to make sure it is a clean tip. It is blunt. And another thing you want to make sure of is to not have your tip be limp or wobbly. You want it to be stiff or somewhat sturdy. So I do like to keep mine short, about this length. The shorter it is for me, the better. It makes it easier for me to thread and put it through the eye of the needle. So that's that for the thread. For your needle, you want to make sure you hold your needle correct. I do hold my needle with those two fingers, and then I use my middle finger to support my needle. So I hold it at about 3/4 of the way. I think so. You don't want your needle to be like this, because then that's not enough control. That could lead to you shaking your hands as you thread your needle, because it's not sturdy. Your hands are not sturdy. So you want to make sure your hands are sturdy, you have enough support, you are able to control your needle. So I have mine at about 3/4 of the way, and holding it with my two fingers and then supporting it with my middle finger. So this is the eye of my needle right here. And out of habit, I typically just support my hands together. It could be also helpful because I have the camera in front of me and I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the eye of my needle, and I have my thread tip right here, and all I do is I support my fingers here together and I just bring it to the eye of the needle and turn it so you can see, and like this. Oftentimes, I hold my finger here, my index finger, because I have threaded my needle so many times before, only to remove my finger and pull the thread out with me. So I keep my finger here and then I just pull. All right, so that's the first method. So let's try that again. All right, so this is my needle. I want the eye to focus. Alright, so I got the eye of my needle showing, my thread here, short, and then I support my fingers here, and then I just bring it to the eye. Turn it around so you can see. And then put my finger here, my index finger, and then I pull. And my needle is threaded. That's how I thread my needle. That's the first method. The second method, I am just using my needle threader. This comes in any sewing kits, or you can buy it individually, and it comes in different type as well. And the top is stiff, so I think that's what makes it so easy for it to go through the eye of the needle. Whatever goes through the eye of the needle, I think it does have to be sturdy for it to go in easily. All right, so I do hold my needle again at the correct position and bring it closer. So this is the threader here, and then I support my fingers again, and then I bring it in. Make sure I focus. All right, and then I bring it to the eye of the needle, just like this on the side. And once you put it through, it's not going to fall out. So I take my thread tip now and I put it through the threader. And I just pull it a little bit. And then I pull the threader through. And that's how I thread my needle with a threader. So let's try that again. I have my needle here. And then I go in with the threader. This is the side. right, and then I put my thread through, pull it a bit, not a lot, and then pull the thread. All right, so that's how I thread my needle. And that is it for this clip. In the next clip, I will show you how I tie a knot at the end of the thread, how to knot your thread. Until next time, bye.